Hey, what's up, YouTube? Oh man, welcome to another skateboarding beginner number 3, 5, 6, 7, 7, 3, 7, baby, 37. Oh man, that winter, man. My last video was a rough winter, but man, it feels like. I mean, there's a lot of examples I like to say, but the one thing that came to my mind right now feels like I'm driving to like Las Vegas, right, in California, and you have this one road, long road, you know. You go, you don't see nothing but that road, and all of a sudden after you go past what is that, Prim? After you pass Prim, and then you see that you're on top of the hill. Coming down and you see the city of Las Vegas. Oh man, especially like nighttime, even daytime, man. You see all those buildings and skyscrapers and shit, the casino, and your imagination just like, you know what I mean? All the dopamine and all that goes in your head, and you're like, man, you know, Sin City, baby. But it just sucks that it's not the same anymore. But I'm just reminiscing about. You know, I'm getting old, so it's the good old days, you know what I mean? So, yeah, man, today's the 3rd, so, 13 more days, I'll be 55. So, yeah, that goal I set's not gonna happen, man. I actually went backwards. Because my goal was to drop into, the vert ramp by March 16, 2026, but it's not gonna happen because, like I said, man, I went backwards. I didn't think about the winter here. You know, that was gonna be out for 2 months, even 2 months, man. I don't think I'm gonna make it because I'm barely pumping up halfway up the vert ramp. So anyway, yeah. So going over the hill, looking at Las Vegas, like the same thing here, man. You know, like the winter is over and beautiful weather, but then turns out that the next 6 days is gonna be raining straight. So fuck, man, sucks. Cause I just got a new board too. So anyway, hold on. All right, let me get my 2 cents. So this is Thrasher. Can't see it, so dark. See, it's March 1993. Okay. So look at those wheels on Rick Abaceta. I can't see him, man. So dark. So dark. Okay, anyway, here we go. Look at those. Some Indies and maybe like 48mm wheels. So anyway, this is 93, and so I got a sequence in here. Here we go. Got a sequence in here. Way back. Okay. So as you can see. Here my sequence doing a ollie down like 10 stairs. Yeah, in the insert. Like right here, low bone rush. See it? Top sequence. Hope you can see it. Anyway, yeah, I got my little sequence right here. Right there, Ronnie Krieger. Yeah, so this was I got this picture. Here we go. Yeah, so there we go. Look at those wheels, right? You're probably saying, what's the point, right? So this is 93, you know? Just trying to get my, my story across. So, you're probably saying, what's the point of that magazine? Well, other than, I had a big, nice, fat pop with, with nice little setup. The whole point is I've been riding, back then it was 7.5 skateboards. And now you can only get, there's only 2 companies I found that had the 7.5 was the Element, which just has Element logo, and the Mini logo, which only is like blank wood, it just says Mini logo on there. It's either all like black or whatever, but it says Mini logo. Standard minimum like smallest is 7.75, so that's what I was riding. So from in the 90s, like 1990 up till ever since H Street came out, I've been riding like skinny boards and small wheels, I've been rode they had 36 specials, 36 millimeters, called 36 specials. So the bearing is 22. I remember I took my wheel out. I was skating the skate park with just the bearings, and it was slipping, sliding everywhere, but it was fun. So so I kind of not kind of, but I did quit around 2005. 21 years ago, and I would skate once a month or something like that, just to the store, or once in a while I'll skate down to the bank, or I'll make a random video here and there, and life happens, things happens. There's a lot of things that happen, plus when you're living like myself, I don't have a car or anything like that, so it's hard to get around to go all these events and everything, and nobody wants to call you, when you have anything. That's the truth, man. When nobody can get something from you, they won't call you, man. That's just life. That's just the reality. You just gotta face it. Yeah, knowing my situation, I didn't really go to any, even though I lived in, like right there, in the middle of the Orange County and LA County, Los Angeles County. There's a lot of things going on, but, without a car and without people calling you and stuff like that, I really didn't really, even now, I don't really put myself on some kind of skateboard group, or like Dallas, DF, whatever, Dallas, Fort Worth, Texas, DFT, skate community and stuff like that. Over there, it'd be like, OC, Orange County, that. So I don't really know what's going on. Yeah, that rain's gonna be coming soon, baby. So I was like, man, so I would just, I finally got a set of like Swiss bearings. One year, I think it was like 2018 or something. I think like my sister sent me some money for my birthday and stuff, and I was like, oh, I'm gonna splurge myself, so I bought a set. And I rode that for like 2 years, those bearings. So skateboard wasn't really like, just like clothes, I didn't really have like money to just like, oh, I'm gonna go buy a pack of t-shirts or pack of socks or pack of underwears, So between 2005 and 2025, like 20 years, skateboarding wasn't really, it was there, like I knew it was in my blood, but I just didn't have like, money to buy myself, because I wanted to do Yu-Gi-Oh, I wanted to do video games, a lot of things I want to do, but I'm on disabilities, plus most of my money went to the rent. Unless my sister and brother sent me some, I don't have any extras, So I lived like that for a long, for like 20 years, and just getting by. And then my wife passed away last year, this time, in January 27th, 2025. So about, whatever, 5 days ago she passed. And I came here, last year in March 2025. And kind of rough, you know. I was trying to find an eye doctor, trying to find get my medication, my dialysis. My dialysis was easy. I knew it was up the street because my mom used to go to this one. So that was cool, you know. I knew where she went. Trying to get used to, you know, getting the like I said, getting an eye doctor, the most important. Then I was trying to find a spot to go skate, you know, and there's no sidewalks, you know, around here, and some places just grass. I tried to go to Arlington, it's like 6 miles. I walked over there and my ankles hurt so bad. And thank God, man, he always had me on his plan, you know. You know, I found 4 Down Skate Park in Dallas. I mean, it took me, I had to work for it. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna tell you, like, God gives you stuff, but you still have to work for it, you know what I mean? He just don't just go, like, he don't just pull up in a Hummer, you know, stretch Hummer limo, you know, pick you up, you know what I mean? You gotta earn a little bit. So, yeah, I remember I went to the 4 Down last year, the 10th anniversary, and I took the train, and then it was a miracle, man. It was like midnight. I know I keep saying the same story. Just trying to give you a little background, you know, a little bit. Because I feel like right now, this week is like the beginning of this year for me. Now that the winter's over. So I kind of want to give a little, you know, one or two people probably heard this story. So that's why, I get most views, like 20 views. So, you know, that's like my goal. You know what I mean? 20 views is a lot for me, so. But 1 or 2 people usually watch my videos because they're long and I stretch things out, but you know, it's my video, so I want to give the full scoop, you know. So it was midnight around May. There was a 10th anniversary celebration at the 4 Down Skate Park, and my friend Kyle, he was on Instagram, asked me if I was going there. He didn't tell me it was a 10th anniversary. He just asked me if I was going to go there. Because, you know, like, when you have a car and everything, nowhere is far, you know what I mean? New York is not even far. I could drive to New York, like I did. I drove from California to New York for like 4 days. When you have a car, man, nothing is far, you know what I mean? Unless you're trying to go to Europe, you cross, you know, you still take a ferry and all that shit. But I'm just saying, but when you're like limited vision like I am, you know, I'm blind my right eye, my left eye, 20% my right eye, got cataract that's like trying to attack my nerve system, trying to make me go blind. So I got all that going, you know, against me. And it was midnight, and I wasn't gonna go, man. It was at Saturday, and it was like midnight. And I came to talk to my sister, and she was like, "Why don't you go?" I said, "I don't know, it's already midnight." And I didn't want to ask him for a ride, you know, the ride's about, it's pretty far, but I didn't really know anything about Lyft or Uber or anything like that much, you know what I mean? So I didn't really know, like, I could just say, oh, you know, I'll just go to sleep, wake up, find, you know, tell them the address, the Lyft driver, and boom, I'm there, you know, like, I think it's like $30, right? But, like I said, man, you know, you learn. I always take things the hard way, you know? So my sister said, "What do you do in California then?" I said, "Well, I just look up on the map and see what bus takes me where and what route, and if I can take my skateboard or my bike. Why won't you do that?" So I went on the internet and I searched, and I found that they have a train that goes from Dallas over here to Fort Worth right here, just back and forth. I rode it before when I was here in 2008, but I you know, somehow I kind of, you know what I mean, I only rode the train just to go to the medical center, which is for my doctors and stuff over here when I was here in 2008, which is, what's that, 18 years ago, right? Yeah, so 10 to be 16, yeah, 18 years ago. Yeah, 18 years ago, so, you know, my memory's not too good. So I looked it up. There's a TRE, the Trinity Railway Express, TRE. It goes from here, which is about a mile and a half that way. If I was to walk or whatever, wouldn't be too bad. And it takes me straight to the end of Earl EBJ Earl something Johnson or something like that, the Union Station. So then for some reason I didn't look at like the bus, you know what I mean? Like what, there's a bus that took me to the skate park. I looked at the thing and they had the route and like it looked so small, you know what I mean? I'm like, you know, I used to walk like 5 miles, you know, so what's 2 miles, you know what I mean? So then I'm like, I was so excited. So I came down, talked to my sister about 1 in the morning. I couldn't sleep, tossing and turning. I was so excited to go. Because you know, when I came here in March, right? This is like, it's 2 months later. I haven't been doing anything, really just been trying to skate out here, but I was scared to even ride this thing, okay? Because, give you an idea, my legs were so weak, I couldn't even go down that hill, okay? I couldn't even go down that driveway. There's that crack right there. Yeah, I broke my ribs over there later on. But anyway, I was scared to even go down that slight slope. You know, my legs were so shaky, man. Like, it still is shaky right now, but it's been a year, so it's a little bit stronger. Maybe like 10%, 5% stronger. And went to sleep at like 2 or 3. I woke up 6 in the morning, man, and then my brother-in-law took me to the train station. We almost missed it because I didn't know what time the train came. Because it comes 10 after. We got there like at 7 or something like that. Yeah, so I caught the train. I didn't even buy the ticket because I was late, you know. Anyway, so I was praying, you know, I didn't get caught and anything. But then after when I got to the end, I did buy my ticket. You know what I mean? I did buy a ticket after when I got to the end. And then, you know, like I looked at the map on my phone because I don't have that much data. I have prepaid. Like I get 1 gig, 1 gig. That's like 1 video, man. That's like watching a 10-minute YouTube video is 1 gig. It just gives you an idea. I get 1 gig a month. A month, 1 gig. So one YouTube video a month. Ah, yeah, that wind's coming. Yeah. So then I just started walking and walking and walking and walking and walking and walking and then more walking and asking some security guards where blah blah blah, what street is where. Then they had like a bike fucking marathon there, so they closed all these roads and all these bike going, you know, street bike. And oh man, so going. Finally, like an hour and a half or 2 hours, I finally got there, man. I was like, yeah. And then like all these guys were like setting up their little booths and everything, and there's this guy who was like working on the ramps. And I mean, I'm not trying to brag anything, but you know what I mean, I used to do that shit. But I feel like some people nowadays, I don't know, I guess a lot of them like in the 30s or less, kind of cocky, you know what I mean? Like, you know what I'm saying? I was just stoked to be there, so whatever. I mean, you know what I mean? Like, it bothers me when people are like cocky, man. I don't know why. Like, they look down on you, like, thinking you don't know shit, but they don't even know, you know what I mean? I used to set up, like, Warped Tour thing for, like, 5 years. I did the castle contest, like, from, what, 97 till 2001, or, you know what I mean? Like 4 years. You know, like, we did a lot of, like, Mountain Dew, Extreme, like, X-Trials, and a lot of shit. But we didn't have social media back then, you know, so it wasn't cool. But, you know what I mean? I worked at City Stars, you know, with Craig Campbell, and, you know what I mean? Did, like, Grind King, did, like, GAT, Gypsies and Thieves, you know, a lot of shit. A lot of, like, Santa Monica shit, you know what I mean? So, whatever. I'm just happy that, you know what I mean, like I was there at the skate park and I finally made it. I didn't even know they had an indoor. I was so scared. I didn't want to move around, man, because I didn't want to get kicked out, you know. And I ate like 2 apples that day, that morning. And good thing, this guy named Bomber, man, he met me. And he saw my Bruce Lee jacket. And then Krishna Soy was there, and Krishna Soy had a Bruce Lee tattoo on his back. He had his shirt off. And Bomber was giving him shit, saying like he ain't no Bruce Lee hardcore, because I got the jacket, right? So he asked to buy it for me. I was like, nah, man, I give it to you. It's like, why? Because this guy was like in his 70s. He used to be an ex-boxer, you know, like sponsor boxers. So I was like, nah, man, that's how I am. If somebody's gonna get my stuff and like, you know, get it because they appreciate it and move on, I give it to them, you know what I mean? I don't want to sell it. I've been doing that for a long time. I had like like Chris Swanson, who was sponsored by Spitfire, and he gave me like probably like 30 Spitfire stickers, and I sticker my whole helmet up. And when I was doing this skate camp over here, some kid asked for it, and then Chad Muscat, the Ghetto Child, this when he wrote for him, Tom Penny, and Sean Sheffy, when he wrote for Ghetto Child wheels. Like black and red, so I had that all stickered up. Some kid there at the park too asked me, and I gave it to him. And here too, you know, some kid wanted a thing, I gave it to him. That kid Jet, I gave him a board and I gave him a helmet. You know what I mean? This helmet too, if somebody asked for it, I'd be like, hell yeah, I'll just get another one. Anyway, the thing is to pass skateboarding on, you know what I mean? Because when I grew up, people always helped me out, you know? And skateboarding is the best, man. I don't know. It's hard. It just kind of sucks. My friend, I mean, I haven't met him in real life, but I call him a friend because, you know, he comments a lot on my video, and that he's like he lost interest in skateboarding, man. And it happens, man. That's the reason why I'm making this video right now, kind of long and ranting and everything, because hopefully it'll give somebody an idea, you know? That when I came here, like I said, for the last 20 years, I was kind of depressed, you know. Didn't really have anything going on. I mean, I was just skating, and you know what I mean. Wasn't like really. I wasn't waking up or dreaming of it or anything like that, man. I was just like, and it like today, it was like a month ago. I wouldn't have came out because the wind, it's a little bit windy. I was like, fuck that, it's too windy. But I just want to get this video out because I feel like this video is important. For me, personally, it's important. So yeah, I mean, I'm ranting a lot because like I want to get, you know, like I said, this is the beginning for me. Skateboarding 2026 is like the beginning of the beginning. So I rode, you know, small boards, small wheels, small trucks and all that for a long time. And when I came here, once I got everything settled, I got my distributing money. I get like $1,300, and my sister said to help out with the light bills and water bills and all that. So I give her like $500. So I still have like $800, right? And I leave about $300 in the bank, you know, to ride the lift and buy food, buy whatever, you know, toothbrush and toothpaste and all that stuff, what I need. And so I usually have about $300 to $400 extra, you know. Well, I give like about $100 to my church, you know. Like I donate about $20 to the breakfast. Like we have, you know, free donuts, stuff like that, free coffee, free donuts. So donate like $5 to them, and like $20, so $25 a week, you know, to the church and to the food. And I feel like I'm blessed, you know, even more that I'm giving more, you know. And like I said, I carry like cigarettes and lighters for the homeless, you know. Because nothing feels good like then, you know, giving things away to somebody that's like, you know what I mean? Then they were like, oh, you know, last week the guy was like, oh, can you spare like $3? I was like, here. I gave him $10. Like, oh, man, that's cool. And I gave him like 3 cigarettes and a lighter. He was psyched, you know. He was like, it made his day. And coming back, I know I'm jumping back and forth, but Another thing about giving, giving than receiving is, I think like last month, I've been praying that we get a, some kind of deal going, skaters for Christ, at my church. And at first I thought I was only one that skated, because I never seen anyone that skateboard. So my brother, he's kind of conservative, so he don't like me wearing my skateboard shirt, because he says, it's disrespect for the God and stuff like that. And eventually I got away with it. So we went to, he bought me some nice khaki pants and nice shoes and everything, because he don't, in first impression, I don't blame him. He's been going, him and my sister's been going to church for a long time, And they just bringing me, like, look at this guy, look like homeless, right? But that's just reality, So anyway, the past month and then I saw 3 kids. One day I was coming out, my brother-in-law was like, hey, look, skateboard. He was more excited than me. And he's the one that's like kind of conservative, But I think he's happy that I'm doing stuff, because in the winter I would just come from dialysis and I would just go to sleep. And he's worried about me, So now he told me, go out and sit in the sun or something, And last couple of days I've been doing that, a couple of days, like every other day. Since Friday I've been coming out here. Today's Tuesday, so this is the 3rd day I'm sitting out in the sun. And yeah, it feels good, man. And anyway, so he's just worried about me, And so then I talked to the kids and everything, and then I finds out one of my pastor, they have like a lot of like associate pastors. One of them, he skate with his son, his son skates too. And so it was awesome, man. Like that hyped my skateboard, like, love even more, man. So last Saturday, which is like what, 4 days ago, we went to the skate park. He met me out there with his son, and then those 2 other guys that I met at the parking lot first time at the church. He showed up, and with one friend. He usually have 2, but only one showed up. And yeah, like teaching kids, going to church, God's been blessing me and my family a lot, and spiritually, like, I'm so happy, and physically I'm getting stronger. And yeah, it's weird, man. You can't force it, when the time comes, but for me, that's how it happened. And yeah, then I got my first time my eye doctor. I had to go to county, which I never been to county hospital. I went there at 1:30. I left at like 6 because my vision was so complicated. They had 3 lady, like training doctors, and then they had 1 Asian guy doctor. And this lady, it was around 4 o'clock. This lady was going in that I knew it was me, because they take 2 people to dilate the eye, so the pupil will open up, so they can look inside the back. And she went in, and I was supposed to go right after her, because we both in. So the lady doctor came, got someone. Another lady doctor came, got someone. Another lady, and finally around 5 o'clock, an hour later, the guy came out. He got me. And we go in, and he did like ultrasound on my eyeball, and he did all kinds of stuff, And my brother-in-law, he's diabetic, so he's like, oh man, he's been there since, he didn't eat or drink anything, so he was shaking. So he came and told me he's gonna go to get the snack machine. And so now around 6 o'clock, I was finally done. I came out, and I didn't see my brother-in-law, I didn't see anyone. The hallway was empty. Only person there was someone picking up trash, the janitor. I'm like, fuck. So I was walking around looking for him. So then he called me, and I was like, oh, I'm down here at the waiting room, and he's like, oh, let me calm down a little bit, because my diabetic's kind of shaky. So we kicked it for a little bit, and we made it home. And then later I was skating out here, and I cracked 2 ribs. 2 ribs, and I didn't go that day to the hospital, but I went. I went the next day because it hurt so bad. I went there. They took X-rays. They took a CAT scan. Says I cracked 2 ribs, and they said can't do nothing, and they just gave me like 12 pills, pain pills, which I should have took because I took it and it made me constipated, so I couldn't push the shit. So I was hurting for like 3 days. I couldn't shit. Finally, I kept going in and out for like 12 times to the bathroom, and finally said fuck it. I just pushed hard, and finally came out, and man, now I know how those ladies feel, you know, giving birth. Fuck. And so another good thing came out was when I went there, they said, yeah, your insurance is good now. Because what happened was when I tried to get the eye doctor, they told me California was still paying for my insurance and copay and all that shit. So they wouldn't take it. Just like my medication and everything, they'll let you have like up to maybe like 2 months the most. And you gotta change your address, you know. And I didn't do that. I didn't know that you're supposed to change your address. And another time too, I was having trouble getting my medicine. Yeah, so I was having to get my medicine, getting my eye doctor, getting, you know, it was just didn't have a place to go skate. I was just everything was, you know what I mean, like uphill. And like I said, man, it's like a driving in Vegas, man. Just driving. And finally, man, you go over that, what's that ravine or something it's called, ravine, and you just see the, and then you see, alright, good timing, right? The wind just hit me when I went, like Moses parting that Red Sea. Man, now I'm getting my money, you know, everything's good, getting my health back. Because what happened is during the winter, I wasn't moving, man. I wasn't moving. I was kind of depressed, to tell you the truth. I wasn't moving. I wasn't skating. It was cold. I wasn't doing shit. My brain kept telling me don't go outside. And so the shoulder, I mean, it still hurts a little bit. But my shoulder would hurt so bad when I try to put a jacket on. I look like an 90-year-old guy. It's going like... And then when I'm laying down, because I sleep on the floor, on my right side, and just tip over, I have to grab my arm and go like that. And slowly, and then put this arm, sorry. And then put this arm, my right arm, on my right leg, flat. And I couldn't even drag it down like that, it would hurt so bad. So that was another thing that, I was depressed about, you know, like, fuck, man, you know what I mean? Dude, I can't do no stealthfish, come on, you know, like, you know, if I can't do no fat stealthfish grab, right? How can I skate, man, you know what I mean? A bone out, front side, melons, Japan air, mute air, whatever, man, judo air, all the air. All those posing, tail blocks, you know what I mean? Hand plants and all that shit, man. I can't do it, but at least in my arms, you know, don't hurt. I have the option to try, right? Yeah, so that got me down. You know, my health is most important. And my vision, kind of stable. So yeah, I finally went to this one eye doctor, and they said my glaucoma was too thick, and it was too thick, and the state of Texas would not treat it. And then so I had to get another one. That was in Arlington. Then I go to Fort Worth to a special glaucoma doctor. And man, I told you, man, God's looking out for everything because he's a specialist in glaucoma, and he only comes on Tuesday and Thursday, which is the only day that I can go because I have dialysis Monday, Wednesday, Friday. And there's nobody that have fucked up eyes like mine. So I'm always like in there pretty quick because he's only specialized in like the worst of the worst vision. It's like you got a choice. Wait a little longer and more people, but your vision is like 50% or better, or wait like 1 or 2 people and fucked up vision like 20% or less. You know what I mean? Like, that's pretty much what it is. So positively, I get in and out quick. Negatively, my vision's fucked. So I don't know. I'm not gonna think too far, because like people say, oh, what happened if you go blind? Well, like I said, man, I'm putting everything in God's hand, man. You know what I mean? I have a lot of faith, and I feel like I came here to America and I got a second chance already. A lot of people don't make it to America, man. They died. Plus, another thing while I'm in America, my kidney went out. So I got a third chance, because kidney is only organ in your body you get a second chance to live without a transplant. If you have heart, lung, liver, bone marrow, whatever, most likely heart, you know what I mean? Because all the fat and all the hamburgers and all the shit you can eat. So I got dialysis. I've been doing it since 96, off and on. I got transplant. I did home dialysis. In general dialysis, I started in 1996. I was diagnosed 1995 in October. So now, like, boom, I got my eye doctor. I got my dialysis. I got all my pills. Oh yeah, another thing with the pills, my blood pressure's been great last year. And I guess after I didn't move or anything like that, I didn't have any appetite, and I was feeling really bad, nauseated and everything all the time. So I wasn't eating. I was eating like every other day, maybe 1 or 2 meals. So I lost 1.1 pounds, which is 0.5 kilos, because they go by kilos. So I was doing dry weight at 56.5, right? Which is 1.1 pound of water extra every time. So every time I came, I had a pound of water, just, you know what I mean? A pound is like maybe 500 milliliter of like a water, maybe 6 ounces. Something like that is a pound. I could be wrong. So I have that all the time after I get my treatment done. So because my body's seen that I have extra water. So my blood pressure kept getting worse and worse and worse and worse and worse, Alright, that was my Walmart order. Coming in about 30 minutes. Got 30 minutes for the video. And yeah, I ordered just basic, like some Doritos, some Twinkies to take to the skate park, some cat food for the cat, just basic stuff, cereal in the morning and milk, some cheese to snack on, like while I'm like playing games or kicking back, and some mouthwash, toothpaste. I bought a big old wrench to fix cars, 3/8. I had a 1/2 inch to take the wheel off. Yeah, I'm just slowly accumulating tools, because when you get a car fix, let's say you went to get an alternate check, replace, alright, they charge you like $300, and that's like, how many tools can you buy with that, right? I just like having tools, because like I used to be, I don't know if you know, but I used to be a mechanic, before I went on disability. Yeah, I was looking at auto diesels. Went to I actually love drag racing and everything, and I guess God said it wasn't for me, you know what I mean? Maybe I drag race and run into somebody and kill them, or who knows, right? Or run into and kill myself. So I feel like things happen for a purpose, even though it looks bad that, I got limited vision and everything. And I think God saved me from that, because it could have been worse, because I was always like, not reckless, but, pretty like ballsy, right? But anyway, I forgot what I was talking about before the filming. So I had to rewatch the video. Yeah, I was talking about my losing weight. And so what happened was, I would leave my treatment I'd get these bad headaches, and I would be nauseated, and everything would get worse and worse and worse. And every other day, man, I feel like shit. I would sleep sometimes till like 18 hours, and my blood level was like low, and just everything went against me, man. You know what I mean? You know, like I was saying, my shoulder was hurting, so shoulder hurting, high blood pressure, not eating, headache, nauseated, cold weather outside, windy. I mean, that's the combo you don't want, you know? And sometimes you have to go down that low to when you come out and you feel good. It's like, you know, you appreciate it. So anyway, finally, because they gave me medicine, but I didn't take it because it was good, right? So finally, I started checking my blood pressure. It's funny how I keep telling, like, man, how can you be so lazy? And I have a blood cuff right there, right next to me, right? And I wouldn't even put it on, man, right next to my bed, sitting down. So that just tells you, you know, that how. Anyway, so I started checking my blood pressure and everything, and I looked at my medicine, because you know they usually give you like at least a year or so ahead of time. And I noticed I got like 3 different blood pressure medicine, and they were gonna expire like March, April, right? Which is next month, a month after, yeah. So finally I talked to my doctor, and she gave me new prescriptions, and I got that, and I've been carrying my, you know, my medicine to like the skate park and to the church and all that, just in case we take off to the skate park after, and just to be prepared, you know. So now I instead of 56.5 of my driveway, now it's 56. So it's 2.2. So you take 2.2 times 56. So 2 times 6 is 12. 2 times 5 is 10 plus 1, right? So 112, right? So 112, 112, 112, 112, right? 112, 112 should be like 123 pounds, somewhere around there. Yeah, like 123. So I was weighing 124.5 or 0.1. So now I mean, it's not perfect, but I pretty much know what pill to take, what time. I'm still working on dialysis day, you know, because sometimes I still have a headache. They gave me these pills because I had a bad experience with them. These vitamin D and these thyroid pills. I take like 4 of them. And because I had a bad experience, like every time I see it, I want to vomit, you know. So now what I've been doing is to cover up is I drink it like with a Coke, or because I used to drink it with the water they give me. Now I drink it with a Coke, or yeah, pretty much with a Coke to cover the taste of it, you know. So I'm getting over the fear of that, you know, being nauseated, and so my weight's good, my blood pressure's good. What else? I got all my eye doctors. I got all my my prescriptions. I got like pretty much everything. Got my money. And then now let's get to the real deal, right? Skateboarding. So what I was doing was I heard about Fordham, where they would donate skateboards to the shop, and then they would let people borrow it. Like you give them your ID and they let you borrow a skateboard for free, right? This is the only place you can go that don't cost you nothing. You can go there, borrow a board, just give your ID, and then skate all you want for free. Even the vert ramp. Because vert ramp, believe it or not, most vert ramps, they make you pay like $10 just to skate for 2 hours, okay? And 99% of them are like private. They won't let you do that shit. So this one's free, everything. Vert ramp, mini ramp, street course. They got it on the back, on the side, inside, even indoors. You got a skate shop inside. Like, man, it's like the spot, man. It's like heaven, you know? Like I say, when I go there, man, time just stops. So this is my first house, my first home. Dialysis, my second home. 4 Down skate parks, my third home. But it sucks because I can't go this weekend. It's gonna rain all, for 6 days. So just have to wait for next weekend. But this will probably be the last video for like until next Tuesday, until 1 week. So it's gonna rain all week. But anyway, so I've been buying skateboards, and then because I told him I'll help him out. But after a while, because I was riding the lift and doing a lot of things, and I was like, I was barely getting by like I was in California again, Because I buy a complete is like $300. So every month I would give him $300, And that was hurting, because I would have like $200 for the rest of the month. And I felt bad because I told him that I would help him. Support his shop and donate boards and everything. But that was, I wasn't thinking straight. So that's a lesson I learned, man. That from now on, I'm not gonna tell anybody anything no more. Because I felt bad. Like I told him, man, I don't think I can help you every month. Once in a while, I can buy a board, like complete. Like I just bought one this, on Saturday. I'm gonna show you right now. So back to the magazine. I know I'm going everywhere. I'm not getting to the point, but when I was telling you I've been skating those boards with the 7.5 and 50mm wheels. That's what you see, right? 50mm 101. Even I got 775. I was just riding. I wasn't really like feeling it, Even though I should feel it, I got every month I got a $300 skateboard, you know what I mean? I got the best Swiss bearings, Indies, like $80 skateboard decks, you know what I mean? Like everything, right? Spitfire wheels, the best. But for some reason I wasn't feeling it, and before I took a break around December, I saw a creature skateboard. It was a 7-inch wide, and then just something in my head, like just something in me, man, just lit up. Like, wow, that's what I've been missing, right? Because I could get any skateboard in the whole shop, but it was just like, there's like Andy Anderson, there's like a Christopher Hyde, there's a Mike Vallely, there's Anti-Hero, the Pickle Board, Heroin Board, Baker, Chocolate Girl, Crooked, Super 8 now, the skate truck, pretty much all of them, man. But I seen or rode most of them, you know what I mean? I pretty much see people at skate park, like there'll be a certain style, somebody would skate like Heroin. A lot of older guys from, speaking of older guys, I'll get there in a minute. Riding Andy Anderson and shit. So anyway, this guy, when we were skating Saturday, speaking of old guy, another old guy. Nah, I guess I wouldn't say old. I guess he's the same age as me, But he just had a lot of gray hair, so he was with his son. We were skating in the back. And I was helping my pastor, his son Jason, like he was trying to do like pump and everything. So I was bending down, showing him where to put his feet. And here comes a fucking big, I'm talking full-size Anderson with rails, riser pads, like 60mm or 56mm wheels. I'm talking flying by, but I didn't see it. And good thing I had my skateboard in the front a little bit. Oh man, I would have broke my leg. Anyway, it hit my skateboard and bounced up on my shin, man. Look. Oh shit. So it's my shin. Right there. Look. See how my leg's still swollen? Oops. See how it's still swollen? Look. Yeah, hit me right there, man. Look at that. It's all swollen still. Yeah, that's why water goes when you get hurt. That's why when your ankle swells, that's what happens on water. So yeah, I got hit right there. Like I said, man, if it wasn't for my skateboard laying down in the front, I would have been hurting, man. It took me a while. I couldn't walk the first day. So the great thing about being a skateboarder is your pain tolerance is high, man, you know? Like Tommy Guerrero was saying, pain reminds you of that you're alive, you know what I mean? That's what the pain keeps you alive, you know? If you don't feel pain, that means you're not alive. You're a robot, you're an AI. But yeah, man. So like these big, you know, everybody, right? It's a preference, you know what I mean? So, and then the owner was like, nah, man, I'll get you my board. You know, I'll get you a 7.5 or 7.75. So that's the second one he got me. He sold it to some girl, the first one. So then I went there last Saturday. He went to the backyard big vert ramp. That's in my road to vert ramp to Austin. It's in Austin. It's called Austin, Texas. I think number 17 or 16 road to vert ramp. Yeah, Austin. That vert ramp. He went with Breck, who works there with him. So he took that skateboard with him. So then, this guy, Garrett, he saw this board. This is the Coffin cut Super 8. And he was gonna buy it, but he said he's gonna get it after work. So it's like a coffin shape. Because the trucks are skinnier, they are looser. Remember, I'm already set back from the winter. But you know what, man? I was always a traditional, what do you call it? You know, popsicle shape. Yeah, I'm trying not to be like OCD, you know what I mean? Like put certain things on certain way. But I do sometimes. Like I always put my sock on my sock and my shoe on the left leg, and then you know left foot and right foot. Yeah, when I saw this, I think Walmart's coming. When I saw this bad boy, man, I never had like I said, I was getting boards once a month, you know. Will last like 6 months. Brand new, everything brand new. For some reason, man, I got that. It reminds me of right now. Back in New York when I was living in New York City, and I had a banana board. It was that plastic board. And I was thinking, because I saw like, you know, Lord's Dogtown, they were carving pools and doing front side airs and all that shit, you know, in these small boards. Oh, my sister's here, my brother. Some food. Just came back from funeral. It's like, where's the food? It's like, we didn't go by. We went to funeral. So yeah, that I don't know, for some reason I think my wife bought me that tape. Lords of Dogtown. Was it a VHS tape or a DVD? It might have been DVD. I don't know, but I feel like it was a VHS tape. Like I think trying to get that old school. I remember I had a big old poster. That guy, Jay Adams, I think that's his name. Is it Jay Adams or Stacy Crowther? I think it's Jay Adams. He had like blonde hair, and he's like sliding down. It's like a big old Dogtown poster. He's like sliding down. So I gave that to my friend in California because it was huge. I could ship it. You know what I mean? It was like it was like 8 by 6 or something like that. It was pretty big. Like a canvas poster. Because I got it from my friend. He worked at Cowtown in California, my friend Kevin. And he had it in the shop. And he gave it to me. So then I took it home from Arizona. Was that my thing? No. I took it from, oh, that's Jason. Yeah, so I took it from him and I gave it to my friend. And man. So yeah, so I was, watching Lords of Dogtown, and they're like doing frontside air and everything in those little banana-sized boards, and I was thinking, no, trust me, it's not easy to ride, man. Not easy to ride, I was trying to ride it yesterday, and yeah, I was having a hard time, man. Yeah, it was crazy. But so at first I was thinking, man, what did I get myself into, But then I'm like, just holding that board, like, it just, I don't know, it gives me like memories of when I was here in 2008, when my friend Damien had a skate shop up here called the Index Skateboard Shop. They used to have a shop board, Zinger. What? A Zinger, right? Zipper, Zinger, whatever. And because like no one can use the bathroom at the shop because it's like there's no roof or nothing. It'd be, you know what I mean, to smell up the whole shop. So they tell you to go to Target, which is like up the street, to go pee or shit, whatever. So the guy on his break, he would take the Zinger, and he would zing around like and then I would skate my regular board, and I saw like how fun he was having, man. And then, but this is 2008, so like I said, I was like kind of in and out of skateboarding. So I was just riding a popsicle shape, and I was actually kind of like anti-shapeboard, But then when I picked that board up, yeah, that took me back 2008 when I was here, riding around with my friend with the Zinger. I mean, he was riding, but I was riding my board, but I was so serious, And he was just having so much fun, and his legs were so strong. He was just doing like slappies and shit on his, Zinger, and he's doing like slalom, and while I'm just going straight, just pushing, It's just like so serious, you know what I mean? So that, when I saw that board, I picked that up, and I'm like, I picked it up, like, man, it's just like the shape of it, and there was a lot of shapeboard. Like I said, there was an Andy Anderson, which is like 10-inch, way too wide. There was a, like Christopher Height. He's got like a shape like this, but it's way wide, like 8-inch or 9-inch. That's the reason why I showed you that. I was always like, my motto, right? I love my women skinny and loose. You know what I mean? Remember that. My women's skinning loose. and man, when I picked that up, I just like, oh man, I love it. But watch, I don't know, I only rode like not even 5 minutes of it, and I was having a hard time. So we'll see what happens. So yeah, now everything is like up and up, man. Like I don't know. Like now, I'm probably gonna ride that board. I don't know how long, but right now I'm loving it, man. Just looking at it in my room. Like it felt like I just filled my skateboarding. My skateboarding just filled up to the top of my head now. The stokedness, you know, the thrill, the stokedness, the love, the just. Sometimes you just find things. Sometimes, you know what I mean, like you just don't like certain things, and look, 18 years later, now I'm like, oh man. But I mean, the zingers, no, the zinger, because the zinger had like a pointed nose, real sharp, and like it had no, you know what I mean. Like this one, you can still do tricks. There's like still got enough room to your nose, enough room for the tail, so you know. And man. Anyway, I hope you know, I hope you get something out of this video, and we're gonna go ride now finally. Let's go. So we're gonna go to our spot. Oh man, my leg still hurts from not hurt but sore from pumping only like not even that many minutes. All right, the usual manuals we're gonna do. Let's go. So if you thought my other skateboard was hard to ride, this skateboard says hold my beer. The trucks, it's skinnier, so it's looser. Yeah. Hold my beer, baby. Oh, this board is hard to ride, man. You know what I mean? Alright, YouTube, man. Always keep on rolling. Running water goes stale. Always have fun. You'll see me have fun, you see me quit. And yeah, man, I'll be keeping underground lit for you and me. Yeah, this board is I need more practice. But like I said, man, I was at the skate park, pumping the vert ramp probably like off and on, you know, maybe like 10 times. And man, I can feel it in my legs and my ankles, and then now my knee is all my legs are swollen, my right leg, from that getting shotted by the Anderson. So yeah, man, it's gonna be awesome. So yeah, I'll be keeping the underground lit for you and me, baby. Enjoy. Let's see. Oh man, trying to ride switch is crazy. We're actually backwards. Instead of doing manuals, we're back to like just rolling around. Trying to stay on the board without falling off. Yeah, we're going backwards, but you know what? I haven't had so much fun, man. You know what I say? If you don't see me have fun, you see me quit. And that's what skateboarding's all about, man. You know, the fun factor. If you don't have fun, man, you're just wasting your time and just hang it up. You know what I mean? Like, don't force yourself. Just let it come, man. When it comes one day, then do it. If not, then just, you know what I mean? Like me, like I said, man. When I got this board, oh man, it's so, that's like a lifeline for my skateboarding spirit. Anyway, been ranting all day, all night. Enjoy, baby.